Hey everybody, this is Corey. This is the Cheshire Cast. I am solo. Well, I'm running the show solo, but I have friends in the studio with me because I always have friends. It's the Cheshire Cast, after all. Tricia is going to be taking a little bit of a personal break. She's fine. Thumbs up, big toes up. That's weird. I'm sorry. Anyway, it's been an interesting week here in town. I just got into a conflict with a guy. Well, not really. I don't really want to make it that big of a deal, but it sort of is a big deal because I feel like his actions put me at potential risk. And so what happened was he was smoking a cigarette. I pulled into the mobile gas station, put gas in my car. He's smoking a cigarette. He's in his truck. He gets out of his truck to throw trash into the trash can, which means he has to walk by pumps, and they're being used. So I yell across the parking lot, hey, you're smoking a cigarette in front of the gas pumps. And then I realized after I said it, like, well, yeah, he already knew that he was doing that, you know? So he gave me a heaping helping of attitude. And then promptly got into a truck that has the company name and the phone number on it. I'm thinking, if you're gonna be an asshole to somebody, at least get into a vehicle that doesn't give away
contact info.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm here having a conversation with my friends, Gary.
Just call me the butterfly guy, or
I'm here with Gary and Katie from West Main Street Music Academy. Katie, welcome.
Hi.
First time
Hello.
in the owl space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As Gary's named my studio, the owl space.
Yeah. It's very
Nice.
cool.
There are a lot of owls.
There's
here.
always eyes on you.
There are many owls.
There's
Yeah.
there's
Look
way
around.
more than you think there is.
There's like hidden owls
Mhm.
There
that
is.
I'm finding now that I'm looking around.
And you won't find them all. I guarantee it.
You're a bird of prey guy. You love owls.
Just owls specifically.
Owls.
I
Yeah.
love owls too. Brian thinks they're creepy. Brian's creeped out by them.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you know, he's just like, they're not his thing. And he's like, I don't get it. I don't get the owl thing.
You have to watch.
What is it about owls?
They're just
that-
super cool.
I think they're cool. I think
Yeah.
they're kind of mysterious.
Yeah.
But still powerful. To me, the owl reminds me of like The Godfather. Sort of like there's a bunch of different types of owls. So in my head, that's like that the great horned owls, like its own little mafia of owls, and
Yeah.
the barn owls.
Wow.
I don't know. I got this whole
That's cool.
weird owl thing in my head that associates with the mob. I'm just making that up right on the spot.
No, I think it's cool.
But
Do you get like super excited when you hear an owl outside? Because I do.
I do.
It's like a magical.
Even more
moment.
exciting was one time we were hiking up at dusk, up Sleeping Giant, or back from Sleeping Giant. It was dusk. It was around this time of year, and we're walking back, and I hear it. And it's like it's right here.
It's like
Yeah.
real close. Yeah.
We look up, and literally 20 feet above our head, he's just sitting there, right on the branch.
That's awesome.
The Don, the mafia boss.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, they're nocturnal, so to
Mhm.
see one even at, dusk or what have you, it's a very cool thing.
Well,
For
yeah,
real.
they're rare
Yeah.
I mean,
Seeing a unicorn.
to see. Well, I've seen a lot more unicorns, honestly, in my day, which also is the reason why sometimes my brain just goes,
Mm.
there's no info there. It's like a blank piece of tape. You know, if you're playing an old VHS tape and it's just got like a piece and nothing.
That
And
one
then all of a
section.
sudden, like my brain hits those every once
Comes
in a while.
back.
It's like, so you guys, new business
Yeah.
on West Main Street.
Mhm.
West Main Street Academy, Music Academy. Is that the full name?
The full name is West Main Music Academy.
West Main, no street.
No street.
Okay, West
We are
Main.
on West Main Street.
Right.
West Main Music Academy.
And
We wanted to, I guess, make it sort of like, geographically, we wanted to really get West Main in there because it's a great little historic stretch there on the
Yeah.
west side of town. So to get West Main in there,
Yeah.
that was kind of a cool thing. So
Yeah.
well, what I want to know is how long till they rename West Main Street Giampietro Boulevard? because this is now the second.
Yeah, it's this
Business.
sort of second installment in the Brian's Guitars story. We had the lessons previously held inside Brian's Guitars on the second floor of that building. When we renovated the building, we turned the second floor. It was actually an apartment, and we turned it into a lesson studio. And it was working out for the first, I'd say, year or so. But we grew to the point where we just kind of outgrew the space. It was getting cramped up there. We didn't have a large space for like group lessons, events. So we decided to expand, and we thought, what better place than right there on West Main? It's super convenient. It's right across the street. The two businesses really complement each other well.
Yep.
And but no, I don't think that we have any plans to name a street Giampietro
Not yet.
anytime soon. Not yet. I don't know. You'll have to.
I mean,
we know
Have to
some
stay
people.
tuned.
We could put that up. We could put that out there.
I think you have to own one more building, and then it,
is it like Monopoly?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a great building that used to have, wonderful furniture in it that, would make a beautiful, guitar shop / brewery /
It was.
lesson place
podcast.
yes.
Slash.
Yeah, podcast
right?
studio. Why not?
Yeah, right.
a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
But that street is really starting to become, I think, what so many people have talked about it being. I've been in town since 2004, and the change in that area is incredible.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, there's an energy on West Main, and there's been a real focus on West Main, the town, having put in the kind of old-timey light posts, and now they're referring to that section as Cheshire Village. And I think the key, when Ball and Socket is finally a space that people can physically go into and it's up and running, that's going to be big. It's going to be the big one for West Main.
Well, I'm hoping
Yeah.
that somebody is got some plan in their head to bring a restaurant there.
A pizza restaurant I think that's what we need on West Main.
Well, that's coming.
Yep.
He's coming.
I think, is that confirmed? Can we talk about it? Can we talk
Yeah,
about it
he's
officially?
talked about it. George is coming in to do a show.
Awesome.
So he'll be on in the future soon. I think next week or 2 weeks from now, whatever. He's been posting the renovation progress, and
we've been watching it because we have a front row
Yeah,
seat
you
to
do.
it.
You
We're right
definitely
there.
do.
They're there every day. They're working a lot. They're there every day, and it's exciting to
They're
watch.
part of the Christo's Pizza
As far as I know,
in
yeah.
Wallingford.
gotcha.
It's the same family,
Gotcha.
and
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
another restaurant that I can't name. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
I think it's what people need to understand too is the pizza is a completely different style of pizza than what Rosini's does.
Mm.
And people are like, oh, pizza places right next to each other. I'm like, yeah, have you ever been to Worcester Street?
Yeah, right.
They'll survive, believe
Yeah.
me. I'm jazzed for it, but I think I think like a mid-scale restaurant bar would do well there.
Mm.
What's the place? World of Beer, for example, in West Hartford.
Yeah.
You guys been to Blue Back Square? Oh, that's hard to say.
World of Beer would be cool.
Yeah, or like a World of Beer.
Yeah.
Something like
along the
that.
lines of-
Not too up here. It's
Right.
it's right in the
In the middle, yeah.
like I said, mid-level. You're just repeating yourself now to fill up time. So, what happened? You guys just said we're out of space up in the attic. There's a space across the street. I mean, how did it happen?
I mean, there are a few reasons why we decided to move the lessons offsite and separate out to a second business. One of the reasons being the space. We wanted more space. We had 4 individual lesson rooms we were running private lessons in, and it is a beautiful space. It's just small, so we can run 4 lessons at a time up there. We had kind of a smaller waiting area. Super nice, newly renovated. We were loving it, but we just couldn't keep up with the kind of the demand for with the space that we had. So that was part of the decision. And also separating out the lesson line of business was another part, just because we kind of wanted it to have its own identity. We were thinking, there's a lot more we can do than just private lessons, events and workshops and master classes and group lessons. And we were hearing from our customer base like requests for all of these types of things. And we're like, wouldn't it be cool if we could do that? So that was part of the decision as well. We're like, let's look for a space where we can hold more private lessons at once, where we have a large room for, the group type of events. And it kind of just sort of happened that the space across the street became available, and it was sort of like serendipitous because Brian and I were like, let's just take a look, we'll see what the space looks like, let's just take a look. And we walked in and it was set up almost perfectly for a lesson studio. You've been in there.
Yeah.
It's individual rooms were already sort of separated out. We didn't have to build any walls to set the rooms apart for the private lessons. It has one large space sort of at the end of the hallway where we can do the group lessons and things like that. So it was almost, we couldn't have asked for a more perfect space. So we kind of did a little bit of work to it to make it our own. And, we kind of worked our butts off over the summer. We really pulled it together pretty quickly and had a soft opening September 1st.
September 1st.
I believe Tricia was there.
Yep.
Yep.
Tricia.
Lovely
sorry,
Tricia.
I was busy,
She stopped
guys.
by, yeah.
You came by, I think, you were by a few days in. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
And more recently, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Yeah, well,
Popping in, yeah.
if I'm in
You're
the
in the,
area,
you're in the neighborhood. And we always invite our friends to
stop
come by
in.
and visit,
Yeah, that's the thing. We wanted the more art we can bring to this community and specifically to the West Main District, I think the better. That was sort of our philosophy was, in opening West Main Music Academy, we're like, let's make this a really collaborative, really creative space where people can come and just hang out.
Right.
We've got instruments that you can come in and try and sit and hang out and listen to music. We've got listening stations. So we wanted to make it more than just a place where you go to take music lessons. We wanted to make it a really collaborative and kind of creative space where people can, just kind of feel comfortable and just chill.
And
really.
and I love the look on the person's face still when I get to show them the space for the first time.
Yeah.
I still love the look as we're
It's
walking down and
beautiful, yeah.
the people and they're like, wow, it keeps going. Wow, it's this still. Wow. And down the long hall and then into the jam room, and you just see the look on their face, just kind of they're amazed. It just like washes over them, and they see the potential there
Well, you have
for events.
You
And
have listening stations
yeah,
where people
we brought back the listening stations.
and you're doing what, like artist of the week kind of thing, where
Yeah, we do a rotation every month where we pick a couple artists, and that was something that Brian and Katie went they saw that little area. They wanted to bring the listening stations back, and especially for kiddos that have never held a CD in their hands,
Right.
and how important that is to like open it up and look at the cover art and read the lyrics and spend some time with that, and of course.
when
yeah.
you gonna do records though?
Yeah, vinyl's next.
Right?
I think vinyl will be next.
I thought about vinyl. I wanted
look
to
at
do
that.
vinyl.
That's yeah.
I mean,
I
you
love
remember
it.
what it feels like? Here,
I
hold
do.
it.
The
You remember?
real-
You remember?
Vinyl. A friend of mine recently pitched the idea of
This is the
vinyl
last
listening
one,
parties.
Look at-
I
but-
think that would be wonderful.
Look at that! Look at
Oh,
that
it's-
album
yeah.
cover.
Oh, yeah.
It's, it's it's a thing.
Yeah,
This reminds
it's like
me-
an experience.
Yeah. And
by the
It's
way,
not
I'm-
just like an iPod.
I'm
or
holding a
anything.
Rolling Stones vinyl that Corey just handed me. It reminds me of the physical graffiti vinyl,
Yeah,
where
that's-
all the windows are cut out,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
only on the vinyl.
Some girls, right?
Some girls,
Yeah.
yeah. This is great.
It's got.
This
an
is
awesome cover.
something, yeah, right. I mean, this is an experience.
I even got
it's
the one in here where the zipper opens.
It's great.
on the
Sticky
crotch.
Fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, and that's all part of it is, there's some nostalgia there. And, I love walking down into that space and seeing a kid sitting there listening to the Beatles or
Looking at it, going,
Sonic
what
Youth
is this thing?
or
The
whatever
CD
whatever
player,
we have.
They're like, how do I work? it?
Yeah.
How do you press play? But they figure.
But
it
that's
out.
just one little aspect of that room. It's very interactive, and that, Brian and Katie kind of looked around the space and said, "We want to get some cool art, want some cool furniture, we want this over here." And I was kind of there to help execute that. And we were going on little road trips in August. We would. We had it mapped out. We're gonna go to Universal Drive. We have our Michaels coupons.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go to Target.
Yeah.
We're gonna go here. And we knocked it out in a month, and it was ready to show on September 1st. And yeah, it's a space I know, I'm proud of to have helped out.
Now, how many
create that too?
How many teachers do you have there?
8 teacher. Am I right, Gary?
8. I think it's 8. Yeah.
And what types of lessons so far?
We offer everything. Well, I shouldn't say everything. We can't give you like a harp lesson yet.
I want a xylophone lesson.
Yeah.
Xylophone we can do. We've got a percussion teacher that can teach you the xylophone.
What about tuba?
Tuba, yes.
Yes,
Our
we have a
teacher
brass
can
guy.
do tuba.
Okay.
What else?
Violin?
Yes.
Violin,
Cello?
Yes.
Wow.
Mhm.
Theremin?
Yes.
No.
Theremin, that's a good one.
Accordion, no.
No.
A piccolo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a flute guy
Yep.
who can
An
do piccolo.
oboe?
Oboe, yeah. You got a woodwind guy.
And voice lessons, by the way. That's always
Oh, you're doing voice
something
lessons
that
too.
people ask
Voice
as well.
lessons are becoming more and more popular.
Mhm.
which
They
is-
really are.
It's cool to
My
see.
daughter goes to a teacher here in town
Nice.
right now that she seems to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we have a lot of requests for. You name the instrument, and we can do it. Our teachers are amazing, and a lot
now
of
I'm
them are
stuck because I'm trying to think of other
multi-
instruments.
Yeah, I
And
know.
I'm going, I don't
Yeah.
know if I know any
Harp.
other.
Did we already say the harp? Did we say harp?
I told you, I said that I couldn't do a harp lesson,
Yeah.
but stay tuned because someday I will find a harp teacher.
Mhm.
If
Yeah.
there are any harp instructors out there,
Wow.
There might be.
call me. Yeah, I think it's more common than people
Piano?
think.
Yeah.
Piano, yeah. Piano is one
Organ?
of our most popular.
Piano is a very popular
Organ,
instrument.
I mean, I am assuming our piano teacher could teach the organ, but I have not had any requests for organ, so I can't make any
It's
promises.
a little different. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
DJ lessons,
Turntable.
turntables, wiki scratch.
That'll
That-
come with a vinyl.
That
We're
one
gonna
I
have-
don't think we have.
We may be able to create a
Any
vinyl,
DJ
room.
instructors?
I
call me.
mean, somebody who can listen.
Hey, music is music. You want to learn?
Somebody who could. Do you have somebody
It's
to
a great
teach
idea,
Pro
Corey.
Tools or Logic or
no, but
beat
this
making?
this is stuff that we definitely want to expand into. So we we have
Careful, you're gonna leave today with a ton of ideas.
Oh yeah, well I mean we already have a million
I'm sure.
floating around, and Gary and I have to kind of rein ourselves in. Like we'll get into conversations
Yeah.
when we're just sitting around at work and we're like, we could do this and we could do that and let's do this, and I have to sort of like scale it
Does
back.
Brian
Bring it
just
back.
go,
Bring it back.
guys?
No,
Yes.
Brian contributes.
Oh,
Brian's
Brian
like,
does, yeah.
and then while
So you
you're
don't
at it,
have-
do this. No,
Yeah. An
anchor.
nobody is able to
Eventually,
pull
one
it
of
back.
one of us will say, "Wait, let's get back on track." But
Yeah, no, it's cool. I mean,
it's good.
we have to kind of prioritize. But in the works, we are working on a workshop, like a recording workshop.
Yeah.
So that
Sweet.
would involve using
Songwriting.
some recording software and stuff
recording.
like that. Songwriting as well.
Is Gary gonna teach the songwriting class?
Gary,
I'll sit in.
you wanna do
Do you-
it?
I'd love
do you
to
know how
sit in
do
and
you know how
have.
to write songs.
Yeah, I've written a few
Oh yeah.
verses here and there. Sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can contribute. I would be.
What's the
I could
standard
contribute.
song formula? for
Oh no, I
pop
don't go
song?
there. I mean,
I'm
no,
just-
yeah, I don't know.
Quizzing you.
Verse, chorus, verse. How does that? Well, that was actually a Nirvana song, so that's how I kind of went there.
Keep going.
Uh,
You gotta throw a
Big
bridge,
ending.
You gotta throw a bridge in there.
bridge.
Listen.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, no, I know.
Verse, chorus,
Chorus, chorus,
bridge,
bridge.
chorus, verse.
denouement. No, that's a
Chorus?
different. That's different.
Or you could start with the.
You could start with the
Pre-chorus,
chorus if you want
and
to.
then
Really, anything goes. You
Listen,
know.
Two of the best.
know?
There's two songs in the last, I'd say, 30 years that stand out as very well structured songs.
Hit me.
And
yeah.
I'm only going to pick these two because they're very popular. There's a ton of songs that are written in this format, but the first one, and you're probably going to look at me like I'm an insane person. The first one is Nookie by Limp Bizkit. If you go and listen to that song, I'm not saying it's played well or any of that stuff. The song structure is
Kind of perfect. That's just one.
is very, very well done.
Okay.
And it's the blueprint that a lot of bands have used, especially in that genre, including Hatebreed, for example.
Mm.
The other one is Dude Looks Like a Lady by Aerosmith. The structure of that song, but the two songs are kind of similar in vein.
Mhm.
They open with the chorus, pre-chorus, and the whole thing.
But isn't that the great thing about music too? Is if you're the architect of a song, anything goes.
Yeah.
You do it for you.
Well, yeah, listen
It's
to
great.
anything the Cars have ever done.
It's great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all. But Katie.
Yeah.
Ready?
For what?
For the next part of the interview.
I'm ready.
How did the Katie and Brian superpower come together?
Oh,
I wouldn't call it a superpower.
No, I would, because there's lots of positive things happening. Okay. You've helped, and if I'm incorrect, tell me, but you've helped Brian to build what appears to be a successful business.
I have.
You've been you've been very important in the new development here.
Mm-hmm.
You've also had 2 kids so far.
Yeah.
Right.
We just had our Well, we didn't just have our second, but our second is 8 months old, which
That's
to me is still
to me is
it's a
you
baby.
just
She's a
had
baby.
like
She's a
that's new. And you've got a home to maintain.
Mm-hmm.
might
Right.
I also include she's on the little arts committee over at Arts Place Cheshire.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
gosh, you guys.
Okay.
Wow.
May I also add? Can I add another
Sure.
deputy director, Cheshire West Community Butterfly Gardens?
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah.
see
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
the garden. So you're a
Yeah.
busy gal,
I'm a very busy
Mhm.
gal.
and you've got a couple very important roles going on.
Mhm.
You're a wife, you're a business partner,
Mhm.
and you're a mom.
Mhm.
I mean, mom first, wife, business partner second. Interchangeable,
100%
Right.
mom first. Mom/wife first.
obviously.
And business partner and business owner second. And yeah. I mean, we Brian and I always sort of had like big hopes and dreams, but Brian's Guitars had its very sort of humble beginnings
Mhm.
about 10 years ago, and I was involved from the inception of the business. But much less involved. That was all Brian. That's Brian's baby right there. So I did some sort of part-time work with Brian's Guitars. And within the last few years, I've really made the shift to full-time. I kind of had my own stuff going on through the first few years of the business. And now with the move to Cheshire, with the expansion in the new space, with the adding of the lesson program, I've gone full-time. And when we decided to open West Main Music Academy, that Brian was really kind of like, you take the reins on this, because he's very busy with what he's doing. So, we work really well together, because people are always like, how do you work with your spouse?
You have to be able to work really well together,
Yeah.
because
Certainly.
you can't leave work and then say, I'll deal with him tomorrow.
Yeah.
You're going to leave work,
And it comes
drive
home.
home for 5 minutes,
Mhm.
and then you're looking at each other in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Oy vey.
Well, it's not. Usually, the conversations at home about work are all really positive. I mean, occasionally we have to sort of problem solve together, but the work that we take home is sort of the like plans for the future, and what's the
Sure.
next thing going to be, and how can we improve on this, and what could we have done differently on this. So it's a lot of kind of strategy and planning. But we do have a home life that does not involve business.
Well, how did it happen though? So in my head, this is what I see. I see you're a young lady at the time. I mean, you're still a young lady now, but you're
Thank you.
A young lady.
Mhm.
You're single. You're out with some girlfriends. You go to the space in Hamden.
Mhm.
Brian's band is up on stage and he's playing away, and you're like, oh my God, him. I have to meet. And you ran up, you jumped on stage, started singing it to the microphone. He's like, oh, it's her. And now the rest is history. That's how it happened?
I really wish that was the story in a way. No, Brian and I have known each other since high school, since middle school. We
Really?
Yeah, we were.
Damn,
we,
I was hoping it was
it's
something
not
like a movie.
It's not as exciting as that. We've known each other since middle school, and
Okay.
but we didn't start dating until.
Did he pull your
after
hair
college.
in like 7th grade?
No, we rode on the same bus, and Brian and I.
He sends you the note like,
We rode on the.
I
dog
like you.
bus
Do you like
together.
me? Circle yes, circle no.
No.
Was it one of those?
Oh, that little hand.
What are those things called?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the Chinese. No.
With the you
Isn't
fold
it
them
the
in
Chinese
fours.
fortune teller?
And then
I
you
think
you're
it's
right.
like 16 unfolds later.
Yeah.
There's your fortune.
I think it's
those
a Chinese fortune teller.
Is that
I guess so.
Something
Wow.
fortune
I don't
teller.
know.
I don't know.
You write numbers on the outside, and
And then it just Brian's name came up, so it was
Yeah.
like you.
You did
Let's get
Destiny.
married.
Or was it you play MASH?
And you saved it.
Something-
And
what
you
was
still have it.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
No, we just no. Brian and I have been friends for had been friends for years, and then we started dating in college, and kind of the rest is history.
Yeah.
I mean, we were dating, we got married, we were engaged when Brian's Guitars opened, we got married, we we started our family, and just in the midst of all this, the business just sort of like grew with us. It's just we both have a lot of different kind of ideas, and we play off each other's ideas kind of well. And I always joke that Brian does all the fun, cool musical stuff, and I do the boring stuff. But I love the boring stuff because I'm a nerd. So we really, what we do.
Why do you say you're a nerd?
Because I like to do the stuff like the bookkeeping and the payroll.
Nerd.
And, it's nerdy. I like to crunch the numbers. I'm always looking at
Nerds
our
are cool,
numbers.
though.
I'm always looking at.
But you need a nerd. You need a
You
nerd to do all that
do.
stuff. The
You
nerd,
do need a
the,
nerd.
the nerd
Thank you,
is
Gary.
the nerd is often the glue in a
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
The nerd can do that, and the
Yeah.
nerd provides a little levity. The nerd, but yeah,
You need.
but
a
Brian's a
nerd.
nerd too.
Brian's a music nerd.
Yeah, he's a music
I'm
nerd.
like a business nerd.
Yeah.
I'm into the business side of things. He is very much too. But you can only as a business owner, you can only do so many things.
Yeah.
Before you get spread too thin and things kind of start to take a back seat, and that's not necessarily a
Isn't
good
that what
thing.
happens?
So I guess
Yeah.
if you don't have a supportive enough staff, I think
Hmm.
you spread yourself too thin, or you just sort of have to keep it small. But if you want to grow, I mean, we have the greatest staff ever. Both
Oh,
at
that's a
Brian's-
compliment for you, Gary.
both at Brian's Guitars and at West
Thank
Main
you.
Music Academy. Gary is. The
I
man.
enjoy it.
Yeah,
I really do.
Gary was a big piece of the puzzle in bringing West Main Music Academy to life, and we 100% could not have done it without him. And that's not just we couldn't have done it without you
Yeah.
type of thing. We absolutely, positively could not. I mean, he's the creative mind at West Main Music Academy. I'm still the nerd there.
Yeah, but that's okay.
She's playing it. She's
I mean,
playing it down. You know, Brian. I would just say with Brian and Katie for the amount of time that I've known them, I think Brian's original shop in Hamden, it was just too darn small for their vision and all the
it was
ideas.
about the size of this room.
was
Yeah,
small.
right.
I mean, I remember going in there going-
They were bound to get into a larger place. It just
Yeah.
wasn't small enough to contain all their creative energy and the vision. And now, fast forward 7 years to earlier this year with the lesson studio that Katie started, the space it was bound to just grow. It could not contain the vision and the ambition that was there. It was bound to get into a
we
larger
gotta
space,
start. We
and
gotta
they
start
made it
having
happen.
special
They made it
performances
happen.
there.
We want to.
We gotta bring in
That'd be
some
awesome.
Yeah.
some names and do
We will.
some like
There's a lot of local talent too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still pretty new. I mean, we opened in
Yeah.
September and it's October, but so we've got our sights set on some pretty cool
Mm-hmm.
stuff. We want to bring more music to Cheshire. We love this town. We want to bring more art here, and we want to give people stuff to do.
So when you running for town council, Katie?
Oh gosh,
Huh? Is that in 2
Another
years?
thing.
no,
You sure?
no time soon.
I think maybe that's something you'd be good at too.
Uh,
Nah, I don't know.
check-
Never say never.
Check back with me in a few years.
Yeah. See,
I got my hands full with 2 kids,
oh,
2
I-
businesses.
I know.
Yeah,
You done?
Hey, how about I'll check?
kids.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard.
We got a boy and a girl. We're happy with what we have. We
Yeah.
would have been happy with 2 boys. When the second was when we found out the second was going to be a girl, we were like, great, one of each.
Uh-huh.
Love it. But you never know. I can't say 100% that we're done. But
My wife and I wanted
Busy.
to have somewhere between 4 and 5 was what we were, originally thinking. And then with each child we had, they got bigger. Emily was 7 something, Connor was almost 8, and it went from 8 to 10 pounds.
yeah,
And I said to her, "Hon, the way the kids are getting, it's really not going to work out well for you."
No.
Because by the time we get to, we're talking like 14-pound kid. If my math is good, and she's like, "Yeah, this was, I think I'm good," and but we added that third, and it completely changes everything. So now the type of car we want to buy,
yeah.
you're limited
true.
because you have to have that third row seat. I can't just go buy a 5-seat car.
Yeah, you can't just get into like a sedan and then
Exactly.
just cruise. Yeah. You have to have all the room for the gear too, like the trunk space
Correct.
is also, because then they're in sports, and then I mean, for me right now it's baby gear. We've got stroller,
Yep.
we've got double stroller. It's crazy.
And then when, we just got our oldest finally got her driver's license, so I'm working on getting a car for her. But driving the kids around, I could spend half the day, and I'm saying because I'm home alone this weekend, and I already spent half the day driving the kids around.
Yeah.
And it's going to just be like that until Sunday. I'm like, how am I supposed to get anything done?
Oh, yeah. Schedules with school kids, with sports and karate and scouts and everything. Any parent with young kiddos, they're running.
Yeah.
They are running.
Well,
and,
we see it at the academy.
And then your weekends,
They're
you're
running
like,
they're running into
yeah.
to music lessons. They're in their karate uniform.
Oh yeah,
They're
they
in
just
their soccer cleats.
Yeah, they are showing up in their uniforms.
Yeah, and
They
then
throw a guitar in their hands,
Yeah.
get them in the room. Yeah.
So what kind of music are you guys fans of?
Everything.
Same.
Everything.
We listen to a lot of 90s.
Yeah, I was just
We
curious.
listen to
So
a lot
you're
of 90s.
Into mumble rap then?
Yeah.
No.
No.
All right, not everything. I think
No.
Gary
Mumble.
and I can both agree that like we're passionate about like 90s grunge,
Yeah.
90s rock. That's
Yeah.
really like that's my core kind of go-to. I think
So
Gary
you're,
as well.
you're retracting your everything
I
statement?
retract my everything.
Because you're
There's
not a big Hick-Hop fan?
No.
you
I
heard
don't
of
even know what Hick-Hop is.
Hick-Hop.
Hick-Hop?
That's a new one.
Oh, you haven't
I
heard
never-
Hick-Hop
I
yet?
haven't heard that one yet.
It's exactly
no.
what you think it is.
All right, I retract my everything. I think everything prior to like 2010 is probably good with me. Anything new, I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
What is this? I'm too old for this.
Hick-Hop is... Remember that show that they tried to do an offshoot on MTV of the Italian kids at the beach? What was that called?
The Jersey,
Jersey Shore.
The Jersey.
Goofs, whatever.
So you
it
remember
was.
they did one and it was down south?
Yeah.
And the dudes were like making a pool in the back of a truck.
I
and
never saw it.
I
but
never
I
saw
can,
it,
They were
but
all
I
rednecks.
But I believe you. Yeah.
It was Hick-Hop is essentially that, all southern white kids making
hip hop music. Trying to.
Yep.
Wow. And
Oh,
just
it's-
not pulling it
it's-
off.
In a way they are.
And they're
'Cause-
fans of each other's,
Oh dude, it's
but not.
It's so
It's hard. It's hard to watch. It's hard to
yeah,
listen to.
I'll probably play something under this little segment so the listeners will be going, ah.
Mm.
It's so
There are genres of music I've never heard of.
yeah.
You learn something every day.
So you find now you got
Hick-Hop.
type it into Spotify
Wow.
on your way home. I'm telling you.
on the ride home.
Yeah. and-
Windows open, Hick-Hop on full blast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a thing.
I'm going to check it out.
It's a thing.
Because I'm certainly open to listening to new stuff.
Well,
Whether or not I make it through the song. is
How did
another
you guys
thing.
first hear of Ozzy Osbourne?
I think my dad.
My uncle.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
was
he
it
had
through
Ozzy.
Post Malone?
No,
No.
right. Of course. Pulse. Yeah. I heard about that. Yeah.
No,
The po-
I don't know. I have no idea what you're referencing because I don't
Corey,
know.
you-
Like I
you.
said, I know nothing
Yeah.
current. I'm just.
Well, you know who
I'm-
Posty?
I know who Post Malone is.
Posty. Well, we call him Posty.
I know. I don't know much about Post Malone. I'm like an.
Well,
I'm
he was-
beyond my years. I think.
Post Malone was doing a thing with Ozzy, and I guess the Post Malone fans were like, "Oh, this Ozzy guy. What's his story? What's
Yeah,
he's
Post Malone.
He's a
you know,
music. He's a
bringing
music
new
guy.
musicians out.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Oh.
because people didn't know who he was, and
Absolutely clueless about
Like,
Ozzy Osbourne.
a bunch of people my age got all upset. Like,
Oh,
how
yeah.
could you not know how? And it's like,
I would
Yeah.
probably be upset.
Yeah,
too.
I was.
but kids
I've
don't.
heard.
They don't absorb music the way we did.
No.
It's through
It's so
YouTube
fast. It's
and and video games and all that stuff. So they don't. It's not the same unless you as a parent is force feeding your kid music and saying, listen to this and listen to that, or constantly playing all the old stuff in your car and saying, this is Motley Crue and this is Nikki Sixx and Vince Neil and and naming everybody. How are
Yeah.
they gonna know?
I-
There's no
It's-
more MTV.
Yeah.
Artists
Yeah.
come and go so quickly now.
Oh yeah.
And anyone can make an album and collaborations and what have you. But
But anybody who
It's-
sleeps on Post Malone needs to start doing some studying because that kid is insanely talented.
Yeah.
Is he?
You know,
He plays
like I said, I
three or
have
four
no-
different instruments.
I'm gonna have to listen.
He's a really good songwriter. He knows how to do it.
To your point, to judge him by the way he looks is a mistake. Because I remember he was on an episode of Fallon maybe a year ago, and I started to watch, and he was so damn likable.
Yeah.
He was so affable, and
Well, he has the it factor.
honestly,
that mysterious it factor. It's the charisma. It's everything all
and
in
he
one.
is a megastar.
Yeah.
Fans absolutely adore him, and
They
people
do.
love working with him. And the guy he's a force of nature.
The only bad thing I heard about is that he smells bad
Oh yeah.
because he doesn't apparently shower on the road that much, and he's like a chain smoker.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, if that's his worst quality,
But
I don't know.
it could also be an overly sensitive TM who said that. So a TM tour manager.
Oh. Yeah.
I wonder what the Hick-Hop community thinks of Posty.
Who knows? They probably hate that
community.
nickname.
I just
though.
wanted to say Hick-Hop.
I'm gonna send Post Malone this and I say, what do you think of the nickname Posty? Do you like it? This dude Gary keeps calling you Posty.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
well,
no,
I think he goes by Posty.
Yeah, I didn't come
don't
up
know
with
a lot
that.
about
Oh,
him, but
okay.
like I said, I know his nickname.
I didn't know
They
that.
call him Posty.
Yeah.
Just
Posty.
Say, Posty.
Well, at least he didn't.
I'm
name
dialed
himself,
in. I'm dialed in a
Yeah,
little bit.
Gary knows
to-
a little more than I do about.
At least he didn't name
Posty.
himself Kid Rock and then turn 40 and go, oh my God, why did I do that?
Yeah.
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 No, I thank Sirius Satellite Radio and my young nieces for. That's the only reason why I know about kind of a lot of what the up and coming younger artists
Yeah.
are. Yeah.
What do you think of this Billie Eilish?
I don't
She's
under-
another monster in music.
Yeah.
Just
She's
her
doing interesting stuff.
She is. Her videos are very stylish. I kind of got to watching a few of them. And then she was on SNL, and
She's great.
Yeah, she's
She's super
like-
creative.
yeah.
I mean, she's like, she seems like you can tell when it's genuine, Like in the case of Post Malone, that's probably why his fans are so loyal and people are hailing him as like a true artist. Because you can tell when what they're putting out is genuine.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I think
You mean
I feel
Gucci Gang isn't genuine?
I don't know what Gucci Gang is.
Really?
I don't know.
I believe that's Lil Pump.
Little
did
Pump.
that?
Lil Pump.
Lil Pump.
Well, and Billie Eilish
Like
too.
I said, I am way out of touch with anything.
It's hard to
new.
keep- yeah,
way
it's
out of
hard to
touch. My
keep up with
kids
it
are
all.
so little. Like I don't have anyone in like the anyone in
Can't imagine
in that
what your
age
kids
group
are
to
gonna listen
educate
to.
me. I am scared to
Yeah.
think about it. Well, I think about like how much music has changed like in my lifetime. Like when I was a kid, it was we were listening to records. We were listening to vinyl. Like my parents had a record player, and that's what we listened to. Then
Same.
it was cassettes, and then CDs. And then it moved on to what was after that.
Cassettes. Talk about being
iPod.
forced to listen to a whole record. huh?
Yeah, I mean, I had a cassette when I got my driver's license, and this was in 2001, I think. I got my driver's license. I had a cassette player in the car. There was no CD player in my car, so I was still listening to cassettes like after 2000. And I think that like with CDs coming out, and then I think that, like with the iPod, that's when it really started to take off in the electronic direction.
2001 is when you got your driver's license?
Yeah,
Wow,
is
I
that
feel
right?
old.
I graduated high school in 2003.
Oh my God.
I didn't say it to make you feel old.
No, it just.
I feel old. You guys know so much about newer
Well.
music, and I'm here with no knowledge
You know what?
of
When
anyone past
your littles
2010.
get to be 10, 11, 12, you'll be dialed into the music scene.
Yeah, but then I'll be really uncool,
and you'll
way beyond.
Yeah, but
my
you'll
cool
know.
years.
I've
You'll
also
know,
been working, managing artists and so forth and trying to break artists and help develop
And
artists.
that's
So
a very good thing.
I have to pay attention.
You
Yeah.
do. You
A little
do.
bit.
Yeah.
Not that I've successfully broken an artist.
Yeah,
It's hard. It's as hard as being the artist.
it's got to be.
I've had some successes. I mean, I've gotten artists to the point where their record has shown up on the Billboard charts.
Cool.
I've put the right team around them and have made some things happen, but nothing that would be earth shattering.
Yeah. But that feels good to have been part of that.
Yeah.
And to
I mean,
help
Hey.
an artist grow
right.
and nurture that. And
Yeah.
of course, I'll bring it back to West Main Music Academy. That's what we're seeing with students.
Yeah,
you see them go into their lesson, their very first lesson.
See, Gary jumped it. I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was-
you were going
I would. That,
maybe I should be the sub.
Yeah.
Or maybe I could be Patricia. I could wear the wig. I could be
so
sassy.
you did a great job.
Yeah.
'Cause
Very
that's. I was
Very
bringing
good.
it back around.
I'll do the
Nice.
wig and I'll turn up the sass and I could be Trish. But
That
yeah,
was good.
the students coming in, to see them come out of their lesson, the smile, the glow, and the magic
Yeah.
that they connected with their instrument, and
Yeah.
maybe they learned a few chords. That is everything. And I don't know if I'll ever retire, honestly. Sorry. So just so you know, Katie,
Stay with
that
us
right,
forever.
Corey. That's what I'm saying. You know, that moment with
I
somebody
gave
that
Ian,
magic.
I gave my son Ian a guitar
Yeah.
last week.
Mhm.
We got him a little child size, not a full on Fender, but
Like a Squire.
yeah. Handed it to him. I tuned it up using an app. So many apps.
Mm-hmm.
And I showed him a couple notes. And he went upstairs, and for the next hour, I just hear guitar noise. And every day he picks it up a little bit, and and now he's trying to find YouTube videos to teach him. Probably gonna have to come by and see, about some lessons. But
Yeah.
But isn't that wonderful? You gave him the tool, the guitar,
yeah,
and
well, here it is. The rest is up to you.
Yeah, but it took, and
well,
he enjoyed
for this week.
He enjoys it, and that's a good thing.
This week,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Big-
And that's,
big
I mean,
change.
I think
It's
it's
great.
just typical for, how old is your son, Ian?
He's 10.
I think the age, it's typical for the age. At least, I mean, I'm no expert in,
Yes.
I am no expert in children or the way that their brains work. But just from the experience I've seen with students is, they're into music, but then they're like, well, I really like sports, and they don't want to do both, or both is too much. So, it changes. Their interests change over time.
True.
But I think any exposure to music or any form of art, really, the arts in general, there's so many benefits.
Do you guys do like group introduction classes where
Yeah.
parents can bring their kids, and maybe you have a talented guitar player to show them stuff, or drummer, or
Mhm.
Well, we actually just recently had a nice little jam session where we did have our drum teacher was there, and and I gave him a proper introduction, and he sort of he was kind of the key to the whole jam session. He and the bass player, but yeah, it was an opportunity for some of our students and some of the public to come in and hang out and play music. But yeah, and
did you have a good turnout?
we did.
Nice.
Yeah, we filled the room.
Awesome.
We had, it was very good.
Yeah.
It was cool.
It was awesome. And it's just cool to see, people kind of coming together.
Mm-hmm.
Music is like the universal language, everybody loves it. And people meeting other people that, that have similar interests, and people
There's
making
an idea.
connections. And I know, right?
others-
Human interaction.
Yeah, but have others, have a Latin themed music, or
Mhm.
African themed,
Yeah.
or island themed, or whatever. Have people.
Well, yeah, there's different genres
Yeah.
that we like a jazz songwriting workshop where we have like one of our teachers can play like in
Do jazz
gypsy
bands
jazz
actually write
and-
songs? I always thought they just got on stage and just played whatever
It's a
they
lot
felt
of
like
improv.
playing.
It's a lot of improv. They
That's
do,
a
yeah,
question for
yeah.
Brian. He's got a degree in
Yeah.
jazz studies, so I'll defer to him. You can send him a message and ask him all about jazz.
Well, I always tease Charlie because same thing, and I'm like, to me, it sounds just like every musician in the band is playing something else, but somehow on the 8th beat, it all just joins back together.
It jives.
Do you ever see
it
that
jives
episode
in
of
the
the?
end.
Do you watch The Office?
Yes.
There's the episode where Angela is upset about something, and oh God, I can't remember exactly, but Dwight is like, I don't know. He's like, it's stupid like jazz, and she's like, jazz is stupid. And I'm a jazz fan, by the way, so I'm not saying jazz. She's like, jazz is stupid. Just play the right notes.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it feels that way, but then when you really get into it,
Yeah.
or
It's a way of life, man.
or you get
Our
a-
jazz guys are like pretty.
They're all.
Yeah, they're brilliant, actually.
I mean, even a bad jazz artist is still pretty damn good.
Oh yeah.
But in what we do is we, when we have new students, we have a short little student intake form, and we ask them to write their likes and dislikes. And I think ultimately the teachers teach to the student's passion, and they will write like, oh, depending on the age of the student, I want to be able to play songs, or I want to be able to do this or that. And so that's something that we do is we try and match the student to the teacher. We have some teachers that can just absolutely shred on guitar, and so maybe you want that young kid who's playing 5-string bass, who just wants to just thump and shred. But then you have maybe the beginner piano, who's an older student, and maybe we want to match them up with like a Constanza or someone who wants to teach them classically. And so that's part of it too.
See, all these people from my show are coming together now, and they're all starting to become friends. Like
we're talking about Constanza Chernoff,
Yeah.
who was on an episode, the music scientist.
Yeah.
And she's
her and her husband Eric are awesome.
Yeah, they are. They're great.
Brilliant people and the nicest people ever.
Well, you outline one of the important things that I wanted to build off the show. Is the intent was to create a cast, like a cast of, and start to connect them all in some way. This being, sort of the central operation, but there's so many people that are starting to connect around the show. It's been really cool to watch.
That must be awesome for you. I mean, this is a really. I think this is a really cool thing that you do.
Well, thank you.
This is
but it must feel so good to see it sort of reaching out into the community and have that sort of effect, and not just something to listen to, but that effect.
Sometimes, like when I stumble over words or forget things, I go, "Oh no!" Like 1,000 people are going to hear that.
No pressure.
All right.
No,
well, whatever. Like I'm learning a bunch, and
I mean, you're taking this really awesome, rare glimpse into so many different lives and so many different personalities and career folk, and just it's really wonderful to listen to the cast episodes. And we were talking about this earlier, but I really do enjoy listening to the cast. I don't always get to listen to them right when they're announced or when they're released, I just got to sit down with all the candidates. I just got to interview. That was great.
That's cool.
The entire town council, all the candidates, and all the candidates for Board of Ed.
What a great opportunity.
I've never been able to do that before. And this is the first time I'm going to vote with 100% knowledge on every person that I'm voting for. It's cool.
Now, you did that from the Cheshire Chamber.
Yes.
All right. Have you sat down with wonderful Yetta Auger, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah. She's something.
Yeah,
can't say enough about her.
She's awesome.
They're
awesome.
They are awesome.
She's a really
so
good
I just wanted to put that out there because she's
really
doing
fan.
She's doing some great things for the town, and she loves the arts, and she's great. So and the fact that they wanted to host, that's a very good thing.
Yeah, no,
that's cool.
They worked it out. I mean, I wanted a place where, because we knew we were going to be doing long sessions. We were there for 4 or 5 hours, just, so we needed a place where people could sit and rest and wait. It wouldn't have worked here. It would have, interfered with my wife and my, the kids and everything else. And so.
Well, that's why you need a satellite studio.
Yes.
Or just,
There's so many irons in the fire.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. So you have a lot going on too.
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
Now I'm interviewing you.
Well, I do. And
that happens.
And
like, do these,
like Brian has a supportive wife. I have a supportive wife. The big thing is, my wife doesn't work with me.
Yeah.
I think we would both be dead if that were the case.
People say that, but you'd be surprised.
Oh, no. We both agree.
You're certain.
Okay, all right.
No, he's certain.
I'll take
Look at him.
We have renovated this entire house together. And it's very challenging because the difference I found between men and women, not the difference, but one of the differences, in most cases, I'm okay with a little detail. She needs all the detail. So if Gary calls me and says, what's your wife's name here?
Joy.
Gary calls me and says, Joy and I got into a fight. I'm going to go, oh, all right. Want to go have a beer? Yes. We go sit, have a beer. Never in that conversation am I going to say, what are you fighting about? They're just going to sit and be like, hey, what? And then I'm going to come home and Jen's going to say, where were you? I'd be like, oh, Gary and Joy got into a fight. And she's going to go, over what? I'd be like, I don't know.
She wants it all.
She wants to know all the detail.
She wants the dish. Give me the dish.
Yeah.
Give me, yeah.
So, when we're renovating, she goes, what kind of couch do you like? I don't know. One that I can sit on.
Yeah.
She's like, but what about this color? I don't care.
Yeah.
But she wants my input on it. I'm like, isn't I don't care good enough? Because now you could pick whatever you want. But
it's true.
I've also learned,
goes.
Right.
Yeah.
I've also learned in 18 years of marriage that no, that's not the right answer. So now and she's going to kill me when she hears this, but now I have to pretend that I'm like, I like that. I like that color. Yes, I like it. It's awesome.
How did you know it was my favorite?
Yeah.
Great job.
The reality is,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit on it.
Yeah. We had like a similar situation when we were renovating our shop and when we were building a West Main Music Academy. Brian was like, what should we do here? And I would go through every possible scenario, what we could do with one corner of
the paint
space.
colors.
A million paint colors. The logo, we went over the logo and over it and over and over it. And but I have to say he is probably just as detailed as I am in a lot of ways. But when it comes to like furniture, he's like, "What kind of couch do you want in the Music Academy?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I gotta look." And he's like, "Well, just get one." And I'm like, "It's not that easy. You don't just like get a couch."
Yeah. Well, sometimes
I gotta look. I gotta see.
That couch,
see what's available.
That couch really ties the room together. By the way.
Oh yeah, I'm very proud of our couch.
Come to West Main Music Academy just to see this couch. It is amazing.
I want it in my house.
You've seen the couch.
I have.
It's
great couch.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome.
But anyway,
my wife and I went shopping at Jordan's.
But you're right. The details. It's the details.
It is.
Yeah.
We went shopping at Jordan's for the couch for our new room, which was where we used to record, but now it's going to be the TV room. And we walked into their living room section and we saw this couch in the corner and we both must have caught it at the same time and went, I love it. And we looked at each other like,
that's the one.
That's how you know.
High five.
Perfect.
We agree.
Awesome. The color, everything. You're like, okay.
The stars aligned in that moment.
It was meant to be.
You enjoy that moment.
Did we buy it? No.
Oh.
Not yet.
The one you got is very nice. A nice couch.
Well, that was... She wanted to get rid of the sectional we had, and we got this sectional that's now in the front of the house on the street for bulk pickup.
Oh, the bulk pickup. Yeah.
We got this sectional from a friend of my dad's who, let's just say he's not broke. So the furniture wasn't a piece of garbage. It was an expensive piece of furniture. And my children destroyed that couch so fast. I couldn't believe it. The couch that we had was a Bob's Discount Furniture couch before it, which we paid $1,000 for, which was in perfect condition when I gave it away to somebody to replace it with the more expensive couch that lasted 4 to 5 years.
Oh, the kids had at it.
Our Bob's couch is like indestructible. It's in our basement.
Yeah.
It's indestructible.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Everyone's got that Bob's couch. Everyone's
got
a Bob's couch.
You probably threw it down the stairs to get it
yeah.
there.
We were just like, whatever, throw it in the basement, and now it's like the most comfortable couch we have.
Yep.
And the other two are much more expensive and required much more to get,
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Easy.
Yeah.
Wow. But
well, isn't it weird to hit a dead end on a couch?
Sad trombone. Which I just learned how to play because I went to West Main Music Academy.
Nice.
But I was excited to meet you, like not to talk to you more.
Yeah.
Because every time I've met
we've
you,
always met like in passing.
Or it's like a Facebook thing, like, hey, a band I'm working with needs this magic bullet. Oh, you can have it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the magic bullet.
And then I never came to pick it up.
I think it's still in the closet,
Wait,
upstairs at Brian's guitars. Go get it.
What's the magic bullet story?
I was getting rid of a magic bullet. Do you want me to tell the magic bullet story?
Yeah.
It's not much of a story.
No.
It's a short story.
So, little magic bullet, mini blender.
You know the magic bullet, the handheld or the hand blender, whatever. So I was getting rid of it, but it was like perfectly fine. But I just got this fancy Vitamix blender that I was super excited about. And I'm like, well, I don't need the magic blender anymore. So I just put on Facebook. I'm like, I don't even want a free magic bullet. It's used, but it's like clean. It's fine. And Corey was like, yeah, I think he's like, I got a buddy that wants it, or you knew someone that
One of the bands I was working with was staying in New Jersey to record their album, and he wanted a magic bullet to mix his stuff.
So it just so happened that
I was like, oh my God.
And I was like, it's like new. It was like barely used.
So I called him thinking I'm going to be a great manager. Like, I got you a magic bullet. He's like, oh no, I already took care of it. I'm like,
oh.
All right, well, I'm a failure.
Yeah.
So
and you're like, yeah, I'll come by and get it. And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna like throw it in the closet here at Brian's Guitars. It'll be there anytime you want it. And I think it's still.
Well, I'll still come by and grab it.
If anyone wants a magic bullet, there's a free one at Brian's Guitars.
It's mine.
All right.
I'm coming to get it.
We'll get it over to the Academy.
We're gonna get
it. At this point now, it's like
I'm gonna put it on my desk
because they keep coming out with like bigger and better blenders.
It's gonna be a studio prop now.
All right.
Because now it's part of.
You can put it up with the owls.
Yeah.
I was gonna put it on my desk, but I think let's get it in here.
This is going away. I'm getting rid of this. I don't know what I'm going to do with the couch. I'm going to put some shelves, maybe a green screen, and do some video.
Magic bullet.
I'm holding back a burp. And I'm going to have a shelf of knickknacks and owls.
And the magic bullet.
And the magic bullet will be
it'll
start
the collection.
Center. I'll get
That's awesome.
little light.
And then we can have like a sign that's like donated by Katie Giampietro.
No, West Main Music Academy.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
That was my personal magic bullet, though.
Okay.
And by then it'll be a Giampietro Ave or street, Giampietro Street.
You guys,
it's going to happen.
Phil Giampietro would love that.
Oh my!
That would be amazing. I mean, all of us Giampietros would love that, but that's a little crazy.
But I'm a lot crazy.
You can.
We know. I think we know enough people.
You can start the movement.
To get the ball rolling.
To get it going.
I think it's been started.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right.
Someone out there's listening.
Let's do it.
So, thanks for coming by and hanging with me.
Yeah.
And helping me try to figure out how to do this by myself. Because as soon as I turned the microphone on, I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to open the show by myself. This is weird.
Right, because there's no Tricia to kind of like back and forth.
Yeah, so I'm like, stupid story about cigarette guy. Okay, that'll work. I don't know how this is going to tie into West Main Music Academy, and then it just made my brain just break.
It's fine.
But what are you going to do?
Happens.
I'm not afraid.
People certainly come by and visit us. You know, I've actually just recently run into folks that are patrons of many of the West Main businesses and still don't know that we're here on West Main.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we are located.
We need a bigger sign.
Yeah, we have a brand new sign, which is great. So instead of the coming soon,
we have our
new
sign.
It's official.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We're official. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. We've got a lot of cool.
So your second floor, diagonally across the street from Brian Guitars.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yep, above the barbershop there. Yep.
Above Matt Scott's
barbershop.
So get your hair cut and then come on up.
Get some Chinese food
or while you're waiting.
Grab some Chinese food.
It's all good.
You
can gas up.
Grab several slices
door.
of pizza at every pizza joint along the way.
You can gas up at Stop and Shop.
You can also you can bike to us if you want to.
Bike. We're right on the trail.
By the way, the bathrooms right there for the trail are nice too.
They're awesome, right?
They are.
Yeah, they are.
My son, for some reason, wants to go in every time we're at the Butterfly Gardens. He's like, I want to use the bathroom.
That's a thing all kids do,
right?
Yeah,
it is.
We're learning now because he's newly,
After we stop recording, I'm going to tell you some other things little boys do.
Well, I'm slowly learning.
It'll be fun. So thanks for stopping by, guys. And
always a pleasure.
Everybody go.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, come by anytime, even if you're not invited. It's fine. It doesn't matter. You're invited all the time. You're never not invited. It's an open invite.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Unless I'm not here.
We'll have to do a show from our space one of these times.
Love to.
That'd be
lesson
cool. One
of our lesson rooms is about this big, and I think it would
Let's just invite a bunch of people and we'll just talk to the crowd. We'll do a show.
That would be fun. You could do like a live. Have you done a live podcast?
No.
Oh,
we want to
come to our spot. And
okay.
Okay. Let's.
Can we serve alcohol?
I think we need like specific like permits to do that. Can we do that?
I think you could have a private party. And
if we called it a private party, I think.
Private party and because I'm a lot funnier.
Invites only.
Once people get
I
drunk.
don't like to serve it. I think you need to have some kind of a license, but we could BYOB.
It'd be free.
And I think
something like
bring
that.
Your own.
So it sounds like we're planning a party at West Main Music Academy. Everybody, go go check them out.
Stay tuned. We're on Facebook at West Main Music Academy.
Yep.
Also on Insta
Also
or
on-
IG.
Right.
But yeah,
Whatever
so we
you
are, and
call
we're
it.
pretty active with those.
Are you on Twitch?
We're not on TikTok. We're not Twitch. We're not Twitter. We're
TikTok.
not. You don't know what TikTok
know
is?
any of these things.
Not TikTok anymore.
What are you talking about?
TikTok, I think, is
TikTok's
the
a
video
thing. TikTok's
app.
big.
TikTok's
TikTok's
a thing.
big.
I think it's like
It's
with
videos.
the kids.
Yeah, it's big.
Kids are
Oh,
big on TikTok.
no. TikTok used to be something else,
It used
and
to
now
be
it's
Vine.
TikTok.
Was it Vine?
Yes.
Oh, I got
Yes.
you. Yeah.
I know
was
a little bit.
thinking about-
I know a little bit about stuff.
So,
Yeah, no, we're not on Twitter, but we can
So-
be. We can be on
Well,
Twitter.
Facebook has been super effective.
So
find
That's
West
sort of-
Main Street Music Academy on 50% of the social media stuff
Sure.
that's out
Yeah.
there.
Just Google us. You'll find us.
Yeah.
We're out there.
No Patreon.
WestMainMusicAcademy.com.
No, that's more for content providers like me.
Yeah.
I should start a Patreon.
I was going to say, do you have a Patreon?
I don't have a big enough team. I
am
need
a-
help.
I am a patron of a podcast, and I think the Patreon.
Are you
thing
signing
is
up to help
cool.
me build the podcast, Katie?
Sure.
Because you
I
help.
don't have enough to do, so
Yeah.
I feel like I should probably take.
All right,
something else. No, but all kidding aside, I mean, sure, I'll help you build it.
Wow. Another really fun little fact, and it is a fact. Little nickname Katie's got is Leslie Nope.
Oh,
I
jeez.
wasn't sure I'd mentioned that. I had to get that in there. And if you don't know who Leslie Nope is,
I don't.
Park and Rec.
Oh, you got to watch Park and Rec.
You know,
Never watched it, but I will.
Well, Leslie Nope is the director of the Park and Rec on the show, and yeah, she's got like 17 things going on all at once,
Yeah,
and so
always running.
Leslie Nope.
All right. Well,
There you go.
I'm very similar.
Okay,
But-
yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Anyway, dog is barking.
Yeah.
Cool.
My neighbor's now texting me that he's outside barking. So we're all going to say, see you later.
See you later. Thank you.
And we'll do this again.
It's been great. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Ciao.
Goodbye.
Let's get out of here! Like now!
Okay, so I'll see you later, huh? I'll give you a call.
Okay, see you later, pal.
Amigos, time to depart.